There's no ceiling when you are near me. Worth the waiting, baby, believe me. A chance of you is worth taking. There's no limit when you are near me. Sending you my love and all my good vibes. Sending all I got. So tell me you feeling all my love and how it feels right. Sending you my love. So tell me you got it. Tell me you got it. But the same moonlight, you're here with me, always on my mind. A thought of you is a good thought. We got distance, see the same sunrise. Sending you my love and all my good vibes. Sending all I got. So tell me you feeling all my love and how it feels right. Sending you my love. So tell me you got it.
Well, everybody, enjoy. I'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back to the channel, you little hippies. How y'all doing today? I'm your old host, Papa Bear. Paisley girl's off to work. It's Thursday. It's her Friday. Tomorrow is Oopsie Day or Oopsie Day. I don't know how you say it, but hey, she's off tomorrow. It's a beautiful fall day. I've been out here trimming the property, and I started thinking about some things. I was like, you know, I don't think anyone's ever heard the story about how me and Paisley girl finally met. Now I'll speak up because the wind's kind of blowing. I was previously married. She was married and became a widow. I got divorced, and I know a lot of scriptures, and people talk about scriptures and divorce. It's wrong and all that. I did make a good run at it, but unfortunately, drugs and running around, you know, I just wasn't going to put up with it. And of course, the kids started getting older, and I was like, you know, it's time to get out of this relationship. But anyway, so how me and Paisley girl met is, the way I understand it, her sister told her to go on Plenty of Fish. Go on the internet and look for a guy. Me, I put my profile out there on Plenty of Fish as well, because I was looking for a rare fish. Someone I could spend the rest of my life with, because I wasn't going to get married again. That really wasn't the plan. But if I was, I definitely wanted to make sure I found the right girl. You know, that's what I was really after. So that basically how we got connected. And I'll tell you, really, this is a funny story here about me and Paisley girl. We met down at Lancaster, Stephen Barry's. I don't know if you ever heard that store, but it was a Stephen Barry's. I love that store. I don't know why it ever went out, because it had the best shirts around. And really great cheap prices. Hoodies and everything you could get there. But anyways, we met down there in the parking lot, and I parked across a row over, and she parked over there, and man, she got out, and I was like, whoa, is that her? And she started walking towards me, and so I got out of the van, and I had a van at the time. I know, nothing like, you know, the 70s disco kind of van, or stalker type van. It was a little Dodge Caravan. But anyways, I got out of the truck and out of the van, and I had my cowboy boots on. You know, I was looking all, you know, sexy, because I was meeting a girl, you know, putting on the roo, you know. But anyways, I wasn't expecting what she did next. She walked right up to me and gave me a kiss, right on the lips. Now, I didn't do that, but it really blew me away. I mean, it like knocked me off my cowboy boots. First of all, a girl to kiss you on, we had never met, some talking online, and I think occasionally we had talked on the phone, and that's when we decided to meet up. Now, Paisley girl had 2 children, and I had 3 boys. And if she would have had another one, we would have been, here's the story. But anyways, so she knocked me right off my cowboy boots. And we sat there in the parking lot at Steve & Barry's, and I think we actually walked around the mall and maybe got something to eat. No, we didn't get to eat. We didn't even eat. Anyways, we went back out there and sat in her car, and we sat there for 3 hours. No lie, just sitting in the car, talking about life and about our past, and it was a whirlwind. I'll be honest with you. I think that we really started getting serious right off the bat. Like I said, and it's a joke, like I always say, because she kissed me, and I think she put a spell on me. No, seriously, like I said, that kiss really sealed our fate. And we both were Christians, and that was another thing that I was looking for. She was steady in her job, and she was dedicated and very loyal. And then eventually our kids all met together, and they played at, I can't remember the name of that place. Now, Paisley girl will be able to comment down below and tell you where it was at. But we met up there, and the kids played, and we sat and talked. And then I went home, and I told my mom, I said, I think that's the girl I'm going to marry. My mom said, you're freaking crazy. You don't even know this girl. And, a lot of people say, well, how did you know you were going to marry this girl? Now, she didn't want to get married, and I didn't want to get married. But I thought if we were going to live together and do what's right by God, we need to get married. But it didn't happen right away. I mean, we dated. I moved in with her not right off the bat, but pretty close to that. And but we got together, and here it is. Oh my gosh, many moons later. A lot more gray hair than I did back then. As a matter of fact, I think I only had a goatee, or maybe I didn't even have a goatee. I don't know, but I know I didn't have as much gray hair back then, like I do now. But that's what happens when you have 5 kids in the house, and teenagers, and going through puberty and all that stuff. They just, you know how it is. Now you can all sit there and try to play soft and like that. Your kids don't bother you. And like I said, on this channel, we're not perfect. Okay, I'm not a perfect person. I don't try to come off as perfect, and we're all messed up people. And if you follow me on Grant and Family channel, and that's the family channel, that's where you'll see videos and stuff like that. Yesterday was Wednesday, and instead of midweek, I brought everyone up to speed what's been going on with the family. About my father passed away, and I thanked everyone for their condolence and all that stuff. And so, but that's the story of me and Paisley girl, how we got together. 2 crazy little fishes swimming in the ocean, and like I said, that little sucker fish, she came right up and gave me a big old not that word, big old peck on the lips, and sealed the deal. And from then on, I've always been in love with her, and I love her until the day I die. She is my helpmate. If you don't know what a helpmate is, that's something that comes out of the Bible, but she is the one that God made for me. I'll be honest with you. And here's another interesting stories about us, okay? And I should have gone into this a little closer. Put my drink down there, I don't want to spill it. When we were kids, me and Paisley girl, my grandmother took me to her grandmother's farm. And I remember there was a little girl on a swing. And she knocked me off the swing. She was mean. Paisley girl was mean. She was a little brat. She was mean little girl. She knocked me off the swing and took it away from me, and And so when we were talking, and one day we were going back to Lancaster, coming from Lancaster, she said, that was my grandma's farm. We started talking. Really? Because I said, my grandmother took me to that farm. You're that little girl that threw me off the swing. I'm like, oh, no way. Well, I grew up on Sherman Avenue in Lancaster, and her sister ended up moving in my childhood home, and her sister lived there. And so, look at the coincidence of all that. I mean, here was a little girl who pushed this big old boy off the swing and took it away from me, and I went to my grandma and I said, Grandma, we gotta go. She's like, no, we gotta pick this. We're gonna get some vegetables here and stuff. So, but yeah, that's. I mean, we just been in love with every sense of each other, and we can sit with the TV off in the bedroom and just talk and talk like we just are in love with each other. It's crazy. There is that rare love in life, and if you can find it, hold on to it and cherish it. Okay. And here we are. Well, I was a country kid. I grew up, like I said, in Lancaster, and back then it was a country town. It wasn't really considered a big town like it is now. That was until the bypass went in, 33 bypass. We always said if the bypass ever came in, I always heard my parents saying, that's when we become a suburb of Columbus and things would really change here in Lancaster. And it surely has. I mean, every time I go down to Lancaster from here, and my hometown isn't the same hometown. It doesn't have the same feel as it used to. And I guess that's okay, but, small town is a small town for a reason, and it's good times. But, yeah, that's the story of me and Paisley Girl and how we met. And here we are, one city girl and one crazy hippie, country hippie who bought a homestead and living out our dream. This started out at, oh gosh. We actually talked before Carmen came along, because we were empty nesters. We talked about buying like a bus or a school bus and go on the road like gypsies, and would have been great. But then Carmen came along, and then she started getting into gardening, and we did a apartment garden. And the next thing, she started canning, and then we started talking about, well, we need to buy a place out in the country. We just need to get out of the city. And things were getting bad anyways. The city is not a place to live anymore. First of all, we went to a birthday party this past Sunday. And there's nothing wrong with people that live in the city, okay? I'm not going to knock you guys for doing it. But I look at what we have. 3 acres of land. We have one main house. We have a cottage. Our nearest neighbor is down the road, and behind us is the park. There's no neighbors ever going to live there. And over this way is the river. And over this way, well, the nearest neighbor is up at the beginning of the road. So, and in between that is our property. And so these people, people buy these fancy Dominion homes and homes like that, and you go out your back door, and I was sitting there in the driveway, and I was looking, and I'm like, man, I just can't imagine living like that. Don't get me wrong, them houses are fancy and nice and big. They really are. I mean, I'd love to have a house like that out in the country, but I couldn't live like that. I really couldn't. I pass up all this. No. Someone came in tomorrow and said, I'll give you $1 million. You can have our house in the city, and we'll have this. I'd say, well, it's a nice $1 million, but I think I'm just going to stay right where we're at. Even though that $1 million would be temptation, but no. And maybe, we wouldn't have to move in their house. We could, I guess, take the $1 million and go even further in the woods. But I better be honest with you, I love living right here on the river. It's beautiful. Yeah. But that's the story about me and Paisley Girl, and I thought I'd come on here and share you with the story, and hope you enjoyed the photos. And when you find that rare love together, and you guys are bonded together by God, and you love God and you follow the teachings of God, you have a happy marriage, you know, nothing can separate that. And don't get me wrong, me and Paisley girl, we've went through some storms in life. Like I said, we're not perfect. We're not just like, perfect love relationship or perfect love marriage. I mean, there's been storms in our marriage, but we've always worked our way through that storm and came out on the other end with God as the rainbow. Isn't that beautiful? And that's the truth, So I hope she feels the same about me, that I feel about her. But sometimes we get busy with our life and we forget to tell, our loved ones how much we love them. And we should always try to tell our loved ones, especially the ones we love, that we love them. And, well, that's pretty. It's our first fall out here on the homestead, and there's going to be many, many more falls here. And can't wait to see what a city girl and a hippie can do. But, and the reason I say little hippies, by the way, just to bring you up, we're all God's colorful children. We all come from all walks of life. God created us all to be different and walk differently. And our skin is, it doesn't matter what our color of our skin is. That's what's wrong with the world. We're divided. And I don't really believe it's the people that divide people. I think it's the government behind it. Okay? Don't let race, faith, beliefs divide us. We need to get together as one person, one people. And so that's why I say little hippies, okay? So I believe we all have a little hippie soul in us. Some of us just don't want to let him out. But God himself created us to be colorful people. I mean, look right behind me. Look at the beautiful sunshine. Look around the colors in the leaves. That's us. We're all to be living like it was supposed to be. And unfortunately, because of the fall of man, we're separated from God. But the bridge between God and us is Jesus Christ in between. You have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. You will have a strong marriage. You will have a strong relationship with your partner, and your children will grow up to be loving kids. Are they going to be perfect? No way. See this gray beard? So the bridge between us and God is Jesus Christ, the bridge. It's up to us to cross that bridge and have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. All right. Well, little hippies, that's it. All right. Have a joyful, positive week. I don't know when this video will be going out, but because there will be a video before this that's going out, part 1 and part 2 of Taming the Bush. Taming the Bush. It literally was taming the bush, because it was a chore and a half to get that bank. And I still got this one over here by the river to get going. But I got all winter to get going into it, because by spring I need to get ready to start spraying some stuff down there so I can kill some of that weeds. All right, so I appreciate you. Paisley girl appreciates you following us on this crazy journey of ours. And make sure you subscribe to Grant Family channel, because that way you can see like our Christmas videos and Thanksgiving videos and I don't know what else, family vacations and stuff like that. This here channel is basically for the homesteading. There will be a mix like Carmen playing in the leaves. Now that video, you'll see a video on Grant Family channel with just Carmen and the dog and pictures of her on that channel of her. Because that's part of that channel too. So, and I uploaded some of the Grateful Rose River Homestead videos today. Well, actually, it was early this morning. Uploaded some of them videos, and I still got a few more that I want to upload to that Grant Family channel. So subscribe to both channels, all right? Make sure you hit the notification, all right? And as we say around here, peace, love, and happiness goes out to each one of you. And I hope you enjoy the story about me and Paisley girl getting together and how it all began. Here's the story of a man who was raising 3 boys. Nah, I'll leave. I'll let you go, okay? Because I can't really sing. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. See you on the next video.
Sending you my love and all my good vibes, sending all I got. So tell me you feeling on my love and how it feels right. Sending you my love, my love, my love, my love.